Alright, what up everyone? I'm done showing the live stream. Just been doing a bit of a live stream showing behind the scenes. Welcome everyone. Hope I'm not scaring y'all with the, the thumbnail and the title. I know it's a bit clickbaity, but guys, I did want to address some concerning things that I'm noting with Bitcoin. And while I am a perma bull, I do want to share with you guys the possibility that we may be entering a bear market. Because like I've been a strong bull with Bitcoin. I've been buying the dip, but I want to share with you guys what it would take for me to call a bear market. And I've noticed something extremely concerning with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is forming this extremely precarious pattern that I want to share with you guys. So if this bullish pattern does indeed play out, I'm at that point willing to say that it's likelier than not that we'd be entering a bear market. So I want to share with you guys what that would be and what that would take. So folks, smash that like button if you want to hear what's going on here. Hope you guys are doing okay. Nick Kohler with the $5 super chat. Thank you, man. Love the support. Let's see what you guys are saying. Dustin saying death cross. Beats on crypto. Absolutely. Double death cross. Lots of death crosses. Yeah, Alex says, yo, what up? Yeah, guys. You guys like psychedelics? Yeah, 100%. So, guys, look. Let's delve into what's going on with Bitcoin, right? I saw a lot of stuff going on in crypto land that really deserves to be mentioned and called out. So, few interesting things going on. I'm sure, if you guys are part of crypto YouTuber, you probably saw BitBoy Crypto talking about how he sold $2 million worth of altcoins, roughly 10-12% of his portfolio, according to him. And so a lot of people were saying weak hands. A lot of people were saying, he's a flip-flopper. But look, while I am bullish and I, instead of selling and in fact buying this dip, there are a lot of reasons to be concerned. So I want to share with you guys kind of like the factor I'm looking out for this pattern, that if this pattern does play out, I would call Bitcoin bearish and the bull run over. And I'm honestly waiting for a few more people to trickle into this live stream before I mention it, because this is going to be such a big deal if this does indeed happen. But you guys let me know, should I just delve into kind of this macro pattern that I'm looking at here? You guys let me know. So Blocksville Teneki says, hey, I read an article today that said cicadas have the same fungus as mine. Anyways, all right, guys. So, folks, a few things to describe here with Bitcoin. Ultimately, while you hear a lot of people talking about their feelings and their intuitions as to whether we're in a bull market or bear market, there's no need to talk about feelings and intuitions. No. Guys, if we want to understand what's going on with Bitcoin, we need further confirmation of the trend. Because as of right now, I am neutral. As of right now, I don't feel comfortable calling bull market or bear market at this point. I think I need further confirmation, bullish or bearish, to call it. And I also want to share with you guys a super bearish pattern that if it happens, I mean, Bitcoin could fall a shit ton. So let's delve into that just to begin to understand what's happening with Bitcoin. Ultimately, guys, we're forming this wedge, this symmetrical triangle. All right, but we have, let's measure how long. So Bitcoin has, 8 days before we break out. Realistically speaking, Bitcoin's likely to break out of this wedge within the week. So what I'm saying right here is that within this week, Bitcoin's future, I believe, will be decided. This is a super big deal what way we break out of this wedge. Not only because a bearish breakout could probably take us to make a new lower low, and a bullish breakout could get us above 42, but because of the macro pattern that Bitcoin is forming that I will now share with you guys. So guys, I'm trying to think about how to preface this. So take a seat, folks, because what I'm showing you, if it plays out, is very no bueno. So, folks, what I'm seeing here is very simple, and it's quite concerning, which is Bitcoin is pretty clearly just forming a super macro head and shoulders. Super macro head and shoulders. And so, for those of you who don't know, bearish breakdowns from head and shoulders patterns are extremely extremely bearish. If we start to make new lower lows below 30K, even if we start to break below this previous low here at kind of 33,500, that could spell really bearish things to come with Bitcoin. And so for those of you who don't know, the way you find price targets on a head and shoulders, that you take price from kind of the head to the shoulder line, and if you move that to, you know, the potential breakout point, I mean, that brings Bitcoin about $0, $100, $200, something like that. So I don't think that's going to happen. But bottom line is here, guys, there's no need to overly complicate things. There's no need to talk about feelings and intuitions. What we need to see is confirmation of the trend. And so if we start to break down and make new lower lows below 30K and start to break down below support, kind of like the low 30,000 range, then that would constitute a bearish breakdown from this head and shoulders pattern, which basically means Bitcoin has nothing but downside potential if we break down from this head and shoulders pattern. And so ultimately, the thing that I'm looking out for that would serve as confirmation of the bearish trend would be a breakdown from 30,000 again, basically a lower low, because I see this happen all the time with Bitcoin, where we're forming these triangle patterns, these wedges, where we break down bearishly, and it's a fake out, and then we go the exact opposite way. So I'm keeping in mind that, you know, whales may try to spook the market, shake people out again, and we may break below our triangle, but as long as we still maintain a higher low, I mean, there's theoretically still hope. So ultimately, guys, I want to share with you definitively what it would take for me to say at that point I'm seeing more bearish signs than bullish is a bearish breakdown from this symmetrical triangle, from this wedge, and a new lower low below $30,000. If we make a new lower low below $30,000, at that point I would say there's more reasons not to look bearish rather than bullish. So a new lower low below $30,000, at that point I think I would start to lean a lot more bearish and would maybe, you know, feel more comfortable not calling a bear market, because at the end of the day, guys, anything stupid is possible in crypto. Like, we could just flash crash down at like 26 and bounce back up. So anything crazy is possible. But a new lower low for me would just be enough bearish confirmation that I would lean more bearish than bullish. So that's what it would take for me to start really leaning more bearish. And so if we do start to break down bearishly, and if we do make a new lower low below 30K, I'm probably going to move some of my portfolio into stable coins, looking to buy the dip. So just a heads up, I do probably plan on doing that. But also, I shared with you guys kind of the bearish scenario for Bitcoin. But at the same time, there's also a bullish side to that. And I have, in fact, been buying the dip, not selling. So until we get that confirmation of the bear trend, like I said, folks, in all these previous live streams, I've been buying. Now, things are very concerning. And so another thing that's concerning as well is, let's say we do break out bullishly here. Let's say we can get above 42K, flip it from resistance into support. Then there's still the distinct possibility that we could make a lower high, something like this, maybe test 50K, and then go back down as well. So just understand that even if we do have a relief rally, which I actually do think is likely, that relief rally is not the end all be all as well. So even if Bitcoin does break out bullishly, flips 42K from resistance to support and starts moving to the upside, I'm going to use that to take some profits on stable coins to buy back into the market on bullish retests. So basically, whatever way Bitcoin breaks out, I will be taking profits on my positions. If we break down below 30K, I'm taking profits on altcoins. If we break out bullishly, we could find rejection off 42 and fall back down to, maybe retest this triangle. So there's a bunch of possibilities that could happen. So something that could happen is we break out bullishly, retest 40K, find rejection, come back down to either retest this volume or the breakout point. If we can hold that, then we could break above 42K, maybe fall back down, retest, hold it as support, and then so on and so forth. So basically, every single bullish retest, I'm going to be taking some profits on my altcoins to buy back in at the ultimate bullish retest, which would be a break above this red trend line fall back down, retest that, hold that support. In that case, I think then the bull run's healthy and able to continue. And just to share where kind of like my personal feelings lie, personally, my intuition, my feelings, my gut feeling tells me we're more bullish than not, and that's why I'm buying the dip. But I did want to share with you guys what it would take for me to turn bearish. And basically, a new lower low below 30K would be a breakdown from this head and shoulders, and a breakdown from this head and shoulders could, like, the target is literally like zero, like a couple $100 for Bitcoin. So the bearish potential is very, very real, but ultimately we haven't seen confirmation of that. We may very well break out bullishly, but I just want to let you guys know that that is what I'm looking out for. I was probably thinking of making tonight's live stream a bit of a shorter live stream, because there's so much we want to share with you guys in the coming week for tomorrow's live stream. But we will continue here. There's still plenty to talk about here. Talking about why don't we move on here to perhaps take a look at the Bitcoin hash rate, because Bitcoin hash rate, like I've been saying on this channel, every live stream, is very critical. And so Bitcoin hash rate has been going down. That's very bad to see. Bitcoin held on exchanges, it's going up. Very bad to see. So while we are actually seeing OTC transactions increase, we're seeing whale wallets buy the dip, we're still seeing many concerning things. Although something I would like to point out to you guys is the market is stupidly fearful right now. And cryptocurrency is driven by fear and greed, not profit and loss statements, not quarterly reportings, not profit to debt ratios like the stock market. No, crypto is driven by speculation, especially the altcoin market, fear and greed. And we're stupidly fearful right now. The market is at the peak of fear. The last times we were this fearful is when the global pandemic first hit back in March 2020 and back in the lows of the bear market. And if I'm asking myself, does it make sense right now to be as fearful as when a global pandemic hit or the bottom of a bear market, the previous bear market? I don't think so. And historically speaking, literally the best times to be buying crypto was at the height of fear, literally where we are right now, the height of fear. When the pandemic first hit and the bottom of the bear market is exactly how fearful we are right now. So, guys, I mean, what happened in the past is not a guarantee of what could happen in the future. But if Bitcoin does indeed hold the line here, if we don't start to make these new lower lows, if we can, in fact, break out bullishly and hold previous resistance levels, because if we break out bullishly, then drop below them, oof, that's bad. But if we break out bullishly, come back down, hold, that's good. Because if we can break out bullishly, come back down, hold, then we could break out in another place. And if we come back down, retest, and hold, then we can keep breaking out further. So what we want to see is bullish breakouts and bullish retests and holding bullish breakouts. Because if we don't hold the bullish breakouts, if we break out bullishly like this, find rejection and kind of do something like that and start dropping below these wicks, that's very, very bearish. But if we can break out bullishly, come back down, retest the breakout point, hold it, then we could break out bullishly. And we can come back down, retest the breakout point, hold that, and we could break out bullishly some more. And so that's kind of what we want to see with Bitcoin. So we still are in a very, very precarious place. In this next week, because we have a week before we break out of this apex, out of this wedge, is going to be extremely critical for Bitcoin. But also, just to because I know I'm sounding very bearish, but there are actually some reasons to be bullish. So to begin describing the reasons as to why I think we could be bullish, is because even if we assume we're entering a bear market, we're not just going to go down in a straight line forever. Just like we can't go up in a straight line forever. We go up, having a correction, up correction, up correction, up correction, up correction, and what have we not had? A relief rally. So even if we're entering a bear market, relief rallies do make some sense. So what are we seeing here? That we have the potential of a relief rally just because we're very overextended to the downside. We're very oversold. We're putting in higher lows here. And also, if we look kind of at the, if we go to the daily RSI for Bitcoin, taking a look at the daily RSI, what are we seeing? We're seeing bullish divergence on the RSI. The RSI is going from extremely oversold to making higher lows and higher highs. That's bullish divergence. That's strength. So that's good if that continues as well. Looking here at the daily MACD for Bitcoin, When was the last time we were this overextended, oversold to the downside? Literally never. Not even back in the previous bear market. We never got this oversold on the daily MACD. And guess what's happening with the daily MACD, folks? I mean, you don't have to be a super technical analyst to understand what's going on here, but momentum is increasing. Strength is building up in the uptrend. So if we have a bullish crossover here on the MACD, this oversold, I mean, when was the last time we were this oversold and had that bullish crossover? I mean, it was back here at 2018 February, and the bullish trend lasted until March. So, guys, like, if we do have that bullish crossover, then I think we're going to have the mother of relief rallies. And even if we do have that relief rally, and if we make that lower high, then we could still come back down. So if we do have that relief rally, find rejection here, go back down, that's very bad. So we still need, even if we do have that relief rally, there's still the potential of this head and shoulders playing out. So even if we do have a relief rally, we're not completely out of the woodwork quite yet. We really need to follow how that relief rally manifests and how it plays out. But just understand that I do think a relief rally is overdue. So we're seeing higher lows. We're seeing bullish divergence on the other side. We're seeing the MACD showing strength, and we're seeing market sentiment at a rock bottom. Which, by the way, specifically in crypto, market sentiment is one of the most important things to understand what's going on. And again, the last times we were this low coincided with local bottoms. So if Bitcoin holds the line here, if we have a bullish breakout, and if we can flip 42K, then I think kind of the high 40s, low 50s is our next price target with Bitcoin. And again, even if we impulse all the way to the 50K, we're not out of the woodwork yet. We need tons of bullish confirmation. So, I mean, even if we assume the best case scenario, Bitcoin still is probably going to be precarious for the next month or two. So, that's what you guys have to be aware of. So, how do you guys feel? What's going on with you guys? And are you guys panic selling the bottom like BitBoy? I think BitBoy literally sold the bottom, which is, I mean, I understand. Like, he has, he has to practice risk management. He has a company with a lot of employees. I understand he's why he would want to, practice risk management. But for now, guys, I'm not doing anything. I'm still not willing to call a bull market or bear market. In fact, I've been buying the dip, because ultimately, another thing I wanted to share with you guys, I want to tell you guys and let you guys know why I'm still buying. Because here's the thing, I'll share with you. Maybe I can. Okay, I'll share with you one thing that I'm buying the dip on, and I'll tell you guys why I'm buying the dip on this. So, if you go over here to PancakeSwap, I've actually been buying PancakeSwap around $15. Why? Because if we measure from all-time highs here, we're down 65%. We dropped 78%. Guys, a 78% correction from all-time highs is the kind of corrections you see in a goddamn bear market. 78% from all-time highs, that's what happens in a bear market. So we had bear market corrections on a lot of really, really long-term bullish coins that hopefully I'll have the time to share with you guys later on this live stream, with also the possibility that we may still be in a bull market. So we're having bear market sales with the potential of us still being in a bull market. So that's the reason why I'm still buying, because things are very up in the air, but we're seeing the kinds of corrections, the kinds of sales you'd see in a bear market, except we might very well still be in a bull market. So that's why I'm buying the dip on things like PancakeSwap and staking them on PancakeSwap, earning like 132% APY. I'm also liquidity providing right now. So guys, if you want to practice a bit of risk management and whatever relief rally we get, take some profits, move in the altcoins, I mean, you could stake those altcoins. You can become a liquidity provider on SushiSwap through Polygon, cheap fees, and earn APY. So, I mean, even if you do practice a bit of risk management, moving to stablecoins, there's no reason to leave the market. You can stake stablecoins and earn a bunch of interest. So, there's still plenty of options in crypto, still plenty of gains to be made, even in a bear market. So, don't you guys go anywhere. So let me start reading the chat here. What do you guys feel about Bitcoin? So the SS cryptocurrencies, so what are you in besides cake? If you join our Discord group, there's a public disclosure section about the things we're invested in our long-term investments. We update that roughly on a monthly basis. So come when the new month comes, we'll be updating that again. It's not there for you guys to just FOMO into what we buy and what we own. It's just there for public disclosures and transparency's sake. If you guys want to know what we own, we have a public disclosure section in our Discord group. So the link to join our Discord group is down in the description. And again, we update that on roughly a monthly basis. So we haven't updated that in about a month. So what we own right now is probably a bit different from what's there. But coming in the new month, we are going to be updating what we own. So yeah, I own like 30 things, so that's go check that out. So let's see what else you guys are saying. So Theta is Godzilla. I like Theta a lot. Brett says exactly 2021 is much different than these 2018 people. This market was nothing like 2018. Yeah, I would chillax there a bit. You know, I can see you're very passionate, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Great point with Cake, 100%. What about the upcoming Death Cross? Yeah, no, again, folks, like one of the key levels that we need to look out for is this 200 simple daily moving average and this 200 exponential daily moving average. And if they have a bearish crossover, that's typically very bad news bears, very no bueno. And like people like to look at what I've been hearing a lot recently too is like the 21 weekly. And we can take a look, and we're below it too. But ultimately, guys, there's a million ways to describe how Bitcoin is bearish. See, okay, we're below this, great. There's literally there's endless ways to describe how we're bearish right now. That's easy. That's nothing new or something that's like really eye-opening. Yeah, we're below another EMA. Great, yeah. That's pretty easy to understand. So yeah, let's see what else are you guys saying. So in your genuine opinion, are you more bear than bull on this? So guys, look, again, I'm not confident enough. I don't feel confident enough to call it right now. I, in the beginning of this live stream, told you guys what it would take for me to call it. If we break down and make a new lower level of 30K, I would be more confident in calling it and saying that we're likelier than not entering a bear market if we make a new lower level of 30K. If we flip 42K and hold it as support, that would make me more confident that the bull trend may continue. So at this point, I'm neutral. And I'm telling you guys what it would take for me to feel more bearish and bullish. Also, with that being said, just to tell you guys what I'm doing with my own money, I'm buying the dip on a lot of stuff. And so maybe we can share some of the stuff I'm buying the dip on later on here. So Jason Manoa says he doesn't want to lose streamers. You guys won't show up tomorrow if you says it's still a bear market. No, 100% that's not true. I just told you that if we break below 30K, I would tell you it's a bear market. I literally just told you what it would take for me to call a bear market. So, I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense, broski. Yeah, so Dustin Best says, I'm actually still buying the dip. I'm currently still buying the dip as well. Because again, guys, for me, crypto is not driven by profit and loss and quarterly reports. No. It's fear and greed. And we're literally at the point of greatest fear right now. Look how fearful the market is. Does it make sense that we're as fearful as the bottom of the bear market in 2018? Does it make sense that we're as fearful as when the global pandemic first hit, March 2020? I don't know, guys. It doesn't sit right with me. Dan Singh says, George said to hold. He said we are in a bull market. He blocked me when I said to him that we were in a bear market. To be careful of George. Guys, again, at this point, I'm not confident enough at calling it either way. At this point, I'm neutral. Of course, and the reason why I'm neutral is because, look, this price action is obviously bearish. It's easy to describe and understand why this is looking concerning. But in times like this, you got to not only take a look at the technicals, you also have to understand the fundamentals. And the technicals are screaming bearish. The fundamentals are screaming bullish. And so if we also take a look at kind of some of our cycle indicators, like the Newpol, the net unrealized profit and loss chart that is historically called cycle tops, we never entered that blue euphoric zone. This blue euphoric zone is basically when we have these blow-off tops, too much people are making too much money too fast, and the growth is unsustainable. We never entered that blue euphoria zone stage. And so for me, it doesn't make sense that at the point of greatest use case, we would prematurely end a bull market. I'm not buying it. The fundamentals are great. Technicals scream bearish, but the fundamentals are great. So that's why I'm still holding out a bit of hope. But like I just told you guys several times at this point, what it would take for me to lean more bearish than bullish, because at this point I'm neutral. But if we do make that new low below 30K, that could look like a bearish breakdown from macro head and shoulders, and the price target for that is literally bottomless. Bitcoin could, I don't think it would fall below the previous cycle's low of 3,000, but I mean anything's theoretically possible. So I just want to share with you guys some of the theoretical possibilities and what it would take for me to be more bullish or bearish. So Aquarius AJ says, if you are new in crypto, it is so important to go through this and definitely experience a bear market. You will come out a better crypto enthusiast as well. Guys, look, people make money in bull markets, but bear markets is where it's at. My best gains in crypto came from investing in the bear market, came from investing in Ethereum when it was in the low hundreds, came investing in Matic Polygon back when it was under 2 cents. Yeah, you can make money in a bull market, but the bear market is where it's at. And the only reason why I might take some profits if we, whatever way we break out, is to be able to buy back in the bear market, because the bear market is where the true, lifelong wealth and the true millionaires will be made in the bear market. So for me, guys, right now, it just feels like we're entering it prematurely. It just doesn't sit right with me. It feels like we had a bunch of coordinated fun all at once when Bitcoin was at its weakest point. For me, I think institutions are waking up to what Bitcoin and crypto is, waking up to the gains, waking up to the fact that this is the newest major asset class, and they needed cheaper prices to get in. Because what we're seeing here with a lot of these indicators I've shared in previous live streams is we're seeing weak hands and retail sell, people who've only held Bitcoin 1 to 6 months sell, people who have held Bitcoin for longer holding and buying, whales buying, OTC transactions increasing. We're seeing Bitcoin move from weak hands to strong hands. So, guys, this reeks to me of market manipulation. It reeks to me of market manipulation. So, for me at this point, I still have some hope. Breaking down below 30 would really cause me to lose a lot of hope, and at that point say that we're looking very, very bearish. But guys, ultimately, again, we're still seeing some strength. We're still putting in these higher lows. This RSI is still looking promising, and the MACD, if we have that bullish crossover, guys, like I really don't think people are taking in how extremely oversold the MACD is, how the momentum was so to the downside, and how overextended we are. We're extremely oversold. Even if we do assume the worst case scenario, guys, we're entering a bear market, bull market's over, wrap it up, come back 2024, 2025. We never just go down in a straight line forever. It doesn't make any sense. We go down, and then we have a relief rally. We go down, relief rally, go down, relief rally, go down, relief rally. Relief rallies happen all the time in bear markets. It's commonplace. So if we look here in the short term, what if we had a giant, massive move down in the littlest, teensiest relief rally ever? I really think we're probably overdue for a relief rally. So that's what's going on with that. So Nemesis Enforcer says, dude, you're full of crap. It's a bear market. It's obvious. It's a bear trap. People don't buy anything. Hold until you see where Bitcoin is going. Once it bottoms out, buy like crazy. Well, that's very astute technical analysis. Really convincing argument. But no, look, again, I don't feel confident calling it. Again, you got to understand the technicals and the fundamentals. I think it would make sense to have a relief rally, and so I'm using that relief rally to dollar cost average out. So yeah, that's that. So there's a lot of strong feelings in the chat today. So Alex says, how's that correct? If it goes down, we will get rich. If it goes down, we lose money. Because presumably you would buy the dip. Because the thing about crypto is, when we're talking about the solid cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, they're likely to stay for long term. Oh, hey, I'm receiving a call from Messin. Should I pick up? I'm gonna pick up. Yo, Messin, I'm live right now. Yo, I'm live right now, and I have you on speaker.
Oh, are you actually?
Yeah, I'm live, and you're on speaker. Everyone can hear you.
Hey, man, I wanted to call it right away. Yeah, I'm not gonna take your time. Just 1 second. I think Bitcoin is hitting 39K within the next couple of days.
39K?
Honey, yeah, I'm on my way to the dealership, so I'll see you there.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah, that would constitute a bullish breakout. All right, man.
I'm calling it right now. If it actually doesn't hit 39K within the next couple of days, I'm out.
All right, why do you think so?
Intuition. I did, I went to friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Went to friends.
Right.
Straight to 39K. That's the scoop. So let them know.
Okay, all right, thanks. So Messenger's reporting from France, man. So if you want, I can give you a call back after.
Yeah, peace, my bad.
All right, no worries. I'll call you after. All right, easy. So that was Messin. Messin is our in-house technical analyst from France. He's out in France. He's doing TA. He's out there gem hunting on our behalf. So Messin often goes to France to do TA. So that was Messin. Yeah, so let's see. I trust Messin. He's been finding clues in France. Absolutely. France are where all the clues are at, 100%. And so concerningly, Bitcoin is breaking down right now. Is this the end, guys? We were breaking down. Look at this. We're down 4%. It's the end. Panic sell. Guys, that's a joke. So here's the thing. Because there is still some hope in this market, why don't I share with you guys some of the stuff I am buying the dip on. How would you guys like to hear that? So, I do think there are some gems, definitely worth taking a look at. So I want to start sharing those gems with you guys. So number one is Audius here. Yeah, so Audius, I'll get. There's a lot of feelings right now. So guys, I'll answer your questions because it's fun, and I know there's a lot of questions right now, and so I'll get to what you guys are saying. But look, guys, I just want to tell you guys what I'm buying the dip on. So I'm buying the dip on Audius. It's down 80% from all-time highs, guys. These are bear market corrections, 80% from all-time highs. What's the worst case scenario? It drops another, 10% from all-time highs? We're already down 80%. Who gives a fuck if it drops another 10% from all-time highs? Great, just buy some more. We really got to take this in. We are seeing bear market corrections when we may still be in a bull market. Guys, this is screaming opportunity in my subjective position. That's why I'm buying this dip, because worst case, we fall another 5% from all, another 10%. We've already done the worst of what's possible has already happened. So Audius, Spotify on the blockchain, they have big partnerships, lots of users. I use this app myself. We're currently sitting right on support based off this historical trend line from these 2 wicks. If we just extend that, we can see even here how it was price reactive, and that's where we're finding support here on the short term. So we are below our fib levels. We are making macro lower highs and lower lows. So the macro trend is obviously extremely bearish. That's very obvious, but we are sitting on support right now on a historically price reactive trend line. So if you were looking for, something dollar cost average in, I would personally be buying in right now. I am buying right now with the understanding that it's 100% possible that the moment, the second, the millisecond after you place that buy order, it could fall another 50, 60, 80% from when you buy in. So just understand that that's how I'm proceeding. I'm proceeding with the understanding that if I buy right now, the millisecond after I buy, it could drop a shit ton more. So in something like Audius, I think has the potential to survive a bear market. So the coins I'm sharing with you guys right now are coins that I think are likely, have a good chance of surviving a bear market, coming back 2024, 2025, reaching their all-time highs and vastly surpassing them. So again, this thing, I think either this year or 2025 will reach $5 again and vastly surpass it. So given that there's a distinct possibility that the bull run may continue and we're down 80% from all-time highs, I'm literally buying the dip on Audius not as we speak, but just the other day I bought the dip. So that's one of the coins I'm buying the dip on. Another thing I'm buying the dip on is Terra Luna, another project that is down substantially from all-time highs. Let's measure this. Guys, look at this. 73% from all-time highs on a super solid project that has an extremely good chance of surviving a bear market, reaching its previous all-time highs and vastly surpassing it next time. So basically what I'm saying with Terra Luna is this: either this year or 4 or 5 years from now, we will reach $22 and vastly surpass it. So the biggest risk factor for me is your investment time horizon. If you got to sell next month to meet the rent money, then hey, that's very risky. Maybe you shouldn't be buying. Maybe you should be waiting on the sidelines. But honestly, if you're just fully willing to, hey, if I buy this now, it could crash tomorrow, and I'm willing to hold for years, then for me, this is a massive opportunity. I've been buying the dip on Luna here. We are concerningly below volume here. We had a bit of a relief rally, and we're still making these macro lower highs and lower lows. So the price action is obviously bearish, and Bitcoin is fully leading the market right now. If Bitcoin tanks, alts tank. If Bitcoin recovers, alts recover. But for me, guys, I really just cannot ignore this kind of a massive discount, this kind of discount that we would see in a bear market, in the heat of the worst bear market on a super solid project that has a very good chance of coming back and vastly surpassing its previous all-time highs, either this cycle or next. So Terra Luna is a screaming opportunity, in my opinion here. So what else? So yeah, there's a there's a lot in the comments here. I'll get to your guys' comments, but I just want to keep sharing with you all some of the stuff I'm buying the dip on here. So another thing that I'm buying the dip on, especially right now, since the fees on Uniswap are like at a rock bottom. Last time I checked, it was like $12 for a fee. It was nothing. So Armor Finance, another project that the second after I could buy it, it could cross a shit ton, it could fall a shit ton, but I think has a good chance of surviving a bear market, and in next time around, either this year or 4 or 5 years from now, reaching its all-time highs and vastly surpassing it. Guys, this is another project. It's a insurance project that pays you in their native cryptocurrency for buying insurance. It's down 78% from all-time highs, literally sitting super close to support. We just touch this trend line, touch the support level. So we have a fundamentally strong project with plenty of upside potential, sitting on support with the potential of us still being in a bull market. I mean, guys, this is a screaming opportunity in my playbook. So yes, guys, smash that like button. So Vapor Smooth with the $5 super chat. Thank you for your support, man. Says thoughts on LOC, LOCC, just added to CoinGecko. Looks interesting. It turns Ethereum wallets into lottery tickets. Huh. Well, let's take a look. LOCC, you say. All right, let's see. LOCC. I don't know how I feel about like these gambling coins, if that's what it indeed is. So market cap unknown. What is the supply? 957 supply. Oh, it's a very low supply. Yeah, I don't know much about. Welcome to LOCC protocol. Ready for the orbit. Oh, look at all these moons, guys. That's guaranteed. Go to the moon. Low orbit. Astronaut is, guys, there's a lot of buzzwords here. I don't like this. Whenever you have something that looks too memey, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Total supply of LCs 1,000 certainly. Look, a very low supply, sure. What does it do exactly? Thoughts and just, I don't know, man. I would honestly, at first glance, I really can't call anything at first glance like this. I would really have to do a lot more research, understand its tokenomics, understand the token distribution, understand what they do. I would need to do a lot more research. On first glance, I mean, these, I don't know, nothing really crazy exciting pops out. This has crashed from kind of like 928 to 905. Yeah, I don't know, man. When there's these many options out there, this is definitely not my go-to in terms of what I would be buying on this dip. Now, something that again, guys, this doesn't pop out as anything super exciting for me. Now, something that is super exciting for me, that is on rock bottom prices right now, is Decenter. If you guys know me, you guys know how much I love to shill Decenter, and I cannot stop shilling this thing, because we're at bear market rock bottom prices with bullish catalyst this quarter and the possibility of the market recovering. This thing is just screaming opportunity, and I have 100% been buying the dip on this thing. Again, guys, anything I'm buying right now, I'm willing to hold the next few years, And so just understand that my risk tolerances are different than yours. Just because I think something has a good chance of doing well is not a guarantee that it will do well. I think Decenter has great fundamentals, but the market doesn't care what I think. The market could drive this thing down to zero. It's theoretically possible. But while it's theoretically possible, we're down pretty much 80% from all-time highs. Guys, this is what we see in a bear market. The worst of what's possible already happened. Guys, this is either... Buying the dip right now is either a massive risk, and I'll either be really, really wrong, or I'm going to be really goddamn right. I'm betting I'm right. But we'll see, guys. 79% down from all-time highs. This thing's a low-cap competitor to Decenter. It's below 10 million. Guys, it is below 10 million. I'm stupidly bullish on Decenter. I'm honestly thinking too. So just like how I've been telling you guys that I do plan on taking profits on some of my altcoins if we do have that relief rally. Something like Decenter is what I'll be buying the dip on once we have bullish retests from bullish breakouts with Bitcoin. So guys, I've been buying the dip on Decenter, and I plan to buy even more once I take some profits on my other altcoins and when I plan on buying back into the market. So I literally can't get my hands on enough Decenter. It's a stupidly low market cap with great fundamentals. Basic attention token is worth billions, and I think one day once this thing releases their browser and their mainnet and the market gets bullish again, this thing could be worth hundreds of millions, and it's $10 million right now market cap. So I think this thing could do several 10x's if the market bounces back and if they're successful in what they're trying to do. So Decenter is honestly my favorite low cap gem, but there's tons of low cap gems right now. The market's stupidly bearish. Thoughts on polka markets? You know what? I'm like tangentially aware of polka markets. I don't know a whole lot. I was following the IDO. I honestly don't know a lot, if I'm being honest. Yeah, so this kind of like options, like an options market. I mean, I don't know, man. What I find interesting when it comes to the Polkadot projects, or whatever project you're likely to get a parachain, and this brand new project is not very likely to get a parachain. And I think there's more interesting DeFi plays than polka markets. So personally, while this does have a low market cap and maybe as a trade might be interesting. Oh my God! If we let's take a look at that chart, because as soon as we see bullish divergence from that chart, because when we go nothing but down like that, if we see bullish divergence, we could really pop off. So, look, man, maybe as a trade, it's interesting, but in terms of an investment, I think there's better options. I think there's more interesting DeFi plays. So, yeah, guys, look, yeah. So, look, basically, this is what I'm thinking with this. Yeah, so the second we see bullish divergence from this trend line, I mean, we could fly. Although that's not a guarantee. I actually really don't like this price structure. It did nothing but go down. I don't like this. Yeah, I wouldn't put my money in it. Personally, that's just me, though. So, guys, look, I think I'm going to wrap up this live stream. I didn't want to make it too long. Really, I just wanted to update you guys on some of the things I'm buying the dip on, what my current thoughts on the market are, and really just what it would take for me to call it. Because I'm at the point where bull market or bear market, we are here to stay. I'll let you guys know, what I think is going on with the market. Now, I just want to tell you guys, if we break below 30K, we could break below our head and shoulders and probably fall a lot more. But if we hold line here, then this may be a local bottom. And given that BitBoy crypto sold and market sentiment is this low, I lean towards this more being a local bottom than not. But we still have to see what happens. So, folks, let's see if there's any more comments here. So Act is Moist is here to stay, LMAO. Satoshi, less than a week. GM says, come on, man. B-Pro is a terrible place to have money in right now if things go badly. Once bear market hits, crypto channels will die. Yeah, we'll probably get less viewers, but we're definitely here to stay because look, we understand that the bear markets have the most opportunity. Again, the most gains that I've ever made from investing in cryptocurrency were made from investing in the bear market. Like we were talking about BNB when it was $5, $10. We were talking about Matic Polygon when it was below 2 cents. We were talking about Ethereum when it was $300. We were talking about VECHAIN when it was less than 2 cents. So guys, folks, you have to stay tuned to the channel. We were literally constantly on a daily basis because we haven't missed a day ever since we made this channel back in September 2020. We have been on a daily basis bringing you guys some of the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency, bullish breakouts, price targets, support and resistance, things that we think are interesting, things that we're investing in. Folks, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon notified of new uploads. Because whether we enter a bear market or the bull market continues, there's money to be made, and the bear market is where the most money is made. And yeah, most people will, watching the channel, get flushed out. Most people in crypto right now, if we enter a bear market, will get flushed out. But that's what's necessary for people to accumulate in a bear market. There's a reason why the bear markets exist, because most buyers leave. When most buyers leave, that's where the opportunity is. I honestly cannot wait to buy the dip on Ethereum, on Polkadot, on Kusama, on these other projects we talk about all the time during a bear market, because 2024, 2025 is when the next bull market is likely to be. And if we do enter kind of a 3-year bear market, we're going to have years to accumulate. And imagine if you would have had the opportunity to accumulate Ethereum at a few $100s, 1, 2, 300. Polygon when it was 1, 2 cents. Cardano when it was 10 cents. BNB when it was under $10. Guys, these are the things we were talking about in the beginning stages of this channel. So yeah, most people are going to leave this channel. Most people are going to leave crypto if we enter a bear market. But let them leave. It's honestly what has to happen so that the smart money can make money, and the smart money buys the dips in the bear market. Because again, guys, we want to provide you guys the best combination of technical and fundamental analysis. And the fundamentals for crypto have never looked better. Crypto is here to stay. Regulations, while in the short term cause FUD, they are necessary for adoption. And so come 2024, 2025, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the solid altcoins are going to come back, recover, reach their previous all-time highs, and vastly surpass them. And so the opportunities that will be in the bear market will be absolutely endless. And so folks, if you guys really want to stay up to date with what we're looking at, yes, follow this channel, but also join our Discord and become a VIP Discord member, because we're going to be telling our members, our VIP Discord members, everything we're looking at, everything we're buying, when we're buying, if we enter a bear market. So if you guys want to become a VIP Discord member, you get access to our Patreon. The link for that is down in the description below. And we're also going to be bringing changes to our Discord group, and we keep saying this, and it's true, and we're not going to share details until things are finalized, but in the near future here, we're going to bring changes, and the people who got in early are going to benefit heavily from being in early. So folks, if you plan on sticking in crypto, we plan on sharing with our members everything we're looking at. So folks, become a member today, smash that like button, click on our Patreon, link for that down in the description below. So let's see what you guys are saying here. So thank you for streaming. Thank you for your support, guys. And we always share with you guys too what we're looking at on the live stream. So make sure you stay tuned. AK is moist as aMillionortheMoon. I love your videos, bro, and you got good content. It's only natural that I can't agree with everything you say, brother. Always. Yeah, and another thing too, guys. There's no two human beings in the world that agree with each other on everything. I'm sure you guys probably disagree with a lot of what I say. I probably disagree with a lot of what you guys think. You can match up any combination of two humans in the world, and no one's ever going to agree on absolutely everything. But I do think, if we just share our thoughts on what we're looking at, some of the major factors, that you guys can kind of learn and incorporate some of the things we consider into your own thought process, and hopefully become more confident in your own understanding over the long term. So, guys, thank you for the very kind words. You guys are awesome. You guys make this worthwhile. So, I'm supposed to wrap up here, but you guys have such great questions. Ilua Surif says, is Polygon a buy below $1.60? So, a few things. Guys, everyone's case is different, first off. And number two, it depends on your time horizons, how long you're willing to hodl. I'm willing to hodl until 2025. Are you? If you're willing to hodl until 2025, then maybe a dip looks attractive. If you're the kind of person who panic sells a dip on a solid project, then maybe I would say wait. Below $1.60, I would say if we break below $1.60, if we can't hold this volume, if we make a new lower low, I would say we're probably gonna fall around to the low dollar ranges. I don't want to make too wide a zone, but honestly, from $1.20 to 80 cents is very realistic if we drop below this volume here at $1.80, which we are right now. So from $1.70 to 80 is critical support. If we drop below that, I think $1.20 to 80 cents is very realistic. And Polygon Matic, it's one of these coins that will survive a bear market. I mean, even Vitalik himself has said that that second layer scaling solutions will be necessary even after Ethereum 2.0 is fully rolled out. I like Matic Polygon a lot. I honestly sold it at around $2 to buy the dip on other shit. And also, I've been holding my Matic Polygon since under 2 cents. So Matic was my first 100x investment. And so that's what I've been using. I sold around here, and so that's what I've been using to buy the dip on stuff. So while I do love this project a lot, it did 100x for me, so I sold. So yeah, man, look, for me, $1.20 to about 80 cents is much more digestible for Polygon. That's what I'd be looking out for. Although if we hold the line here, oof, interesting. Yeah, so that's my thoughts with that. So Mr. 2 million guy here is buying LOL. Yeah, a lot of people are buying. Yeah. So guys, look, here's the thing. Thank you everyone for being here. Ultimately, right now, Bitcoin is fully leading the market. I just want to share with you guys what it would take for me to be bullish and bearish with Bitcoin, what I'm buying and why. At the end of the day, guys, bull market or bear market, stick around because we sure shit are. There's nothing but opportunity up ahead. Crypto bull market or bear market is here to stay, and the most money is made in a bear market. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Guys, I'm going to stop rambling on. We've got plenty of stuff to talk about. Come Monday, tons of research we've been doing. So make sure you stay tuned for the next live stream. Until next time, folks, take care.